back at it again with some Fire Emblem Three Houses. Last stream, or yeah, last session, we did the prologue, ran around, and then our first fight, which was with the other houses. It went pretty well, actually. Uh, First fight in the prologue nearly died, and the fight with the other houses was managed fairly well. Ooh, nope. Forgot to click enter on this one. We already did the introduction for that, so we don't really have to see it. Now we can see everything in the cutscenes as we play through the game, if we get that far. This might be another 3-hour stream. It might be a 2-hour stream. I'm not sure, but we'll figure that out when we get there. Other than that, let's go ahead and dive right back in. Also, on my finger. Also, I did go back and read the lore for that, so I can probably fill in on a couple of that stuff. I still remember what most of it was, not all of it, but I do still remember it. Other than that, we are going to this profile up here, which is where we last left off. And with that, we'll go ahead and get on our way. Taking a bit for it to load. Oh yeah, we don't really have any other options other than to explore. Oh, might as well, right? Alright, so our objective today is to speak with the house leader. Easy enough to do. Let's see what we got here. There we go. Let's see here. From the map screen, you can Oh, we finally unlocked fast travel. Would you look at that? With X, you can see who's where and where they're located at. So you don't really have to worry about trying to find them, so long as you know where they're located in the first place. Which is usually easier said than done. Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and do that. Raise the volume up just a bit. There we go. Now you should be able to hear me and everything. A girl's voice? What can it mean? See here, accept the quest from Geralt and speak with the house leaders. Oh, we got a thing here. Angelic tea. There he is.
So, Professor, hey, do you know how old Captain Geralt is?
That's enough, Leone. If I don't know, how could my child know?
It's not normal to forget your own age, you know. It's kind of worrisome, actually.
By the time you're forgetting your own age, you're past the point of caring.
I guess if you put it that way, you've got a point.
I have a request.
Alright. So far, a real battle this month. I hear even the Knights of Saros are involved. I never taught you much about tactics, but there's a primer on it in my room. Give it a read. And from there, we also get the Geralt's mercenaries, the Church of Saros soldiers, and the Saros mercenaries. I won't go into those details until we get there, but those are what the rewards will be. Ignore the Tims. Let's see here. And we got all these fine dandy folks here, and we just unlocked the training grounds.
That said, those bandits really didn't think things through, did they? They had to have known the knights would be after them the moment they entered the monastery's turf. Fine by me, though. I'm raring for some real combat experience. Any chance to grow is a good thing. Is there anything else you want to ask me, Teach? About living at the monastery or combat? Anything like that?
Okay. So everything so far we've kind of went over because it's been introduced in the previous chapter. The only two things is faculty training and recruiting. Recruiting I have not done, and faculty training is pretty straightforward.
Students aren't the only ones who have something to learn from their professors. Professors can also learn from each other. If you want to, you should try trading knowledge with Professor Hanneman or Professor Manuela.
You can increase your skills by training with knights or professors in the monastery. Use the facility training option to pretty much benefit your wisdom, and by doing this you actually increase in your own expertise on weapons and such. This is how you are able to change classes and stuff like that. I haven't really gotten to a chance to actually do this properly because I don't exactly focus on me, but I'm gonna try and do better on this time. Again, I've only gotten to chapter 5 and stopped. I didn't go anywhere further, and I was with the Black Eagles instead of using the team I wanted, which was the Golden Deer. But yeah, as the story progresses, faculty training will become advanced drills. Let's see here. Use this option to learn from any unit with a higher skill level than you, or your own. Alright, not bad. And recruiting's a bit different, but I haven't tried it yet.
The house a student belongs to is determined by where they're from, but it is possible for someone to switch to a different one.
See here. Alright. See here.
Of course, that's only if the student very strongly wants to make the change and their professor is on board with it. If you do a lot of different activities around the monastery, you'll get closer to students and they may ask you about it.
To recruit students from other houses, you will need to meet their requirements. Each student prioritizes different stats and skills. To recruit students from other houses, you'll need... wait. I already read that. Yeah, I already read that. It is easier to recruit students who like you, so try building up your support level with students you'd like to recruit. Certain non-students will also become available for recruitment as the story progresses. And that's about it for the new stuff. From there, we can go ahead and look through all these characters, which I'm probably going to do. But in the midst of doing that, I usually do a process of run around, which is the outer ring, and then the church, and then the second floor. Mainly because there is usually things there. And you want to try and grab as much as you can, because there are items that do appear later on that will actually be very beneficial depending on what you do. But let's just go ahead and do our runs.
Battle was exceptional, Professor. You have inspired me to follow your example and study even more diligently. Perhaps we could train together sometime. I would love to test myself against your sword skills again.
And just straightforward.
It is better if you do not approach me. If you spend too much time around a man of Dusker, there will be rumors.
And those are our first 3 for the time. And this is the training grounds. We won't be seeing a lot of this at this point in time, but we'll see it again soon.
Professor, and now that you're all the way over here, Professor, care to join me in some training? After training, I love tending to the horses or burying myself in a good pile of books. There's truly nothing better.
There we go. No.
For
years, the Boar Prince and I were inseparable. So let me give you some advice. Beneath all that princely polish, he's an animal, nothing more. He's strong and skilled, sure, but don't place your trust in him as a human being. Take care he doesn't chew you up and spit you out.
Those are some interesting words.
Join me for some training sometime. I'm interested in your sword technique. I might like to become your student someday, but not today.
Seems this person is rather interested in Violet's house. Felix really values the following stats: speed and sword. Try recruiting this unit again when you have more experience. Pretty much looking at my actual stuff right now. My swords are at D. So if I wanted to learn more swords, I can. But I'm not going to. I got a different route in mind.
Right. Hey there, Professor. You here to check in on my training? Oh, that reminds me. I found this small cloth. It's kind of weird. Not really sure what it is, but it works great for wiping up sweat.
The next assignment is to drive out bandits? Sounds like some training is in order. Tell me something, Professor. When it comes to a one-on-one battle, which is better, strength or skill? I knew it! When it's all said and done, muscle always comes out on top.
Why, Raphael? Why are you like this? Alright, and we're done with that. Now we just make our way
A moment, please. Hey there.
down this square.
What the?
In the meantime, I do need to take into account that I probably should do some quests or pick some up along the way. Leading the charge. Oh yeah, let's come to the second floor. Trouble rumors. Yeah, those are activities that we'll be doing as we get there.
Wow. You're quite powerful to have beaten us in the mock battle. Such a shame you aren't leading our class.
Well, we did kind of beat you first before we went to Dimitri.
I've heard your class is hunting thieves. That mission is very different from the one we were given.
Yeah, that's our job. Hasn't really been told what your guys' jobs are, but you know, that's fine. Everyone's got their own thing.
Anyway, it's thanks to my adoptive father, Lenato, that a commoner like me is here at the Academy. He is the very model of chivalry. Someday, I'm going to be just like him.
Oh, you're just in here by yourself. And no one's in here. I don't even know why I came in here.
Do you know about the Cardinals? They are the ones who run the church. Their identities are a closely guarded secret.
Alright, thanks, man.
Greetings. Bridget has much more warmth than Fodlan. Even spring here has coolness. And you, Professor? Which do you find is worst? Too hot or too cold weather? I have agreeance. In Bridget, I am able to be wearing much lighter clothes. Training has given me great busyness right now. It is not a good time for the chatting.
For the chatting.
But you have given me intrigue. Please make sure you are speaking with me again.
It seems this person is interested in Violet's house. What is it? Writing? Oh! Well, that's gonna take some time. But dexterity, that's definitely gonna probably be a thing.
Perhaps. There are way too many vegetables in today's meal. The ratio of vegetables to sweets was completely skewed.
Oh, hi, Professor.
Were you just eavesdropping on me? Well, everyone knows a plate full of sweets is far preferred to a plate full of vegetables, regardless of age.
I don't know. I don't know about that one.
Right. I've got to find out everyone's likes and dislikes so I know what to cook. Who knows when it'll be my turn at kitchen duty? How about you, Professor? Do you like sweet or spicy food? Ooh, same! I'll definitely remember that.
Would you kindly do something for me?
We'll be heading up that way soon. No one out here. Ooh, nice. One thing to always take into account when you're running around, wildly, always, again, check to see if you find anything out of the ordinary or any blue highlights. If you do so, you'll always net something nice, or at least something you can use. For instance, down here, you'll find some things pertaining to fishing, which is really nice. And it also builds your teacher points, too. Lots of different types of fish that can be caught in fishing ponds and downright comprehensive. Or it's downright comprehensive, my bad. Got a Tetrix loach. The wording is a little odd for me. Ooh, an insect larvae. Either one of those. Nothing over here. Hey, dog. I believe we unlock down here, which allows us to buy more things. That'll actually come into play once we hit the battlefield, though. I don't usually buy things on the spur until we get there.
Hey!
Nothing over here. Not yet, at least.
So...
Ooh, gatekeeper.
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. Are you settled in here at the monastery yet? Make sure to have a good look around. There's much to see. Like fish. You do know about the pond behind the dining hall, right? You can fish there. Give it a try.
Already did, and I like it. I really hope nothing happens to him. Entrance hall. It's the entrance hall. Not much to ask or say about that.
You look bored. Care to duel? What? I just wanted to spar.
I think that's a question regardless.
You there. We will accompany you on your assignment. We don't want anything to happen to our precious students. If any of you run into trouble, we'll step in and help out.
I hope that's the case. Don't lie to me.
Oh, Professor, how are you today? I'm just heading out for a mission. I'll be seeing you. I don't need luck. This will be a piece of cake. I'll be back before you know it.
Oh, there he goes. Oh, he ain't back before I know it, so he's dead. Jokes aside, he's probably alright.
A moment, please.
Oh. I'm sure, thank you.
I'm bored. Maybe I should go into town. But that would be such a hassle. Oh, hi, Professor. I'm rather busy right now, so do make it quick. Ah, you can tell? I suppose being a professor has taught you how to ferret out time wasters.
See here, anything over here? Hey, Manuel.
You know, Professor, there are some things I'll just never understand. Like the other night, I went on a date with a dashing, handsome, strong young knight. Oh, I'm a bit weak just remembering him. Anyway, do you know what that no-good jerk said when we got back to my room? He said, "What a mess. I'm afraid to go in there." Can you believe it?
I actually haven't been in your, I think, room? I've only been to your infirmary.
You know who cares about keeping everything neat and tidy? Not me, that's who. Afraid to go in there. Some knight he is.
If you're running an infirmary, you want to make sure everything is nice and neat. So that way you don't contaminate or spread any pathogens or illnesses. If you kind of have that as a no in your in your planning, that's scary. Hey, got some seeds. And got some bait. Nice.
I was thinking.
And nothing new here. Oh, hey, Sylvain.
Professor, you're the one taking out the bandits? That's one way to start your career at the Academy. I didn't expect they'd order us to risk our lives here. Seems a bit extreme, doesn't it?
Who are we talking? Oh, you.
The Knights of Saros are also known as the Shining Knights. We are the sword and shield of the divine Saros. There are many orders of knights in the world, but we are the only one that has the honor of bearing the name Saros. As a member of the church, you should probably study up on the history of Saros and the Knights.
Alright. And who's this over here? Oh, shoot.
Let's see. That person sure does remind me of somebody, but I can't figure out who. Oh, do you need me for something? Sorry, but I'm really busy right now.
Alright. And I believe that is everybody here except down at the garden. I'll go handle that myself. Heading up to... Actually, let's take it to the second floor. I'm already here. No need to diddle-daddle when we're right there. Alright. See what we got here. We got about... few.
Xanadu, the Red Canyon, is a place of great significance to the Church of Saros. Even members of the church are forbidden from entering without permission. To go trampling around in there, causing trouble. Those bandits truly are morally reprehensible.
I see. Thank you for paying me a visit. Is there anything troubling you? Or is there perhaps something I can help you with? Believers live their lives by her sacred wisdom. Please use the library's vast resources to learn more. I can often be found here, so if there is ever anything you need, please do not hesitate to pay me a visit.
Alright, thank you. Also, because we're going to be making our way to the library, I'll give you a very, very brief rundown how the library actually is working. Or not how it is working, but how it works.
Thanks for your help.
Alright, and with that, we got ourselves some, well, it's telling us about inventory, telling us about skills, telling us about battalions in the menu, which we'll discuss that later, and telling us about class changing and available class that you can choose when you're on the battlefield. On the select screen, not exactly on any other screen. Whose room is this? Cetus. Oh, that's Cetus' room. He's never there. Hey.
Excellent work guiding the students in the mock battle. Taking command like that? Simply splendid. And bearing the unknown crest's power? Yes, I'm talking about you. Your talents are incredible, and Lady Rhea's insight as to your potential is doubly so.
Nice.
You do seem to have a mark of the exceptional about you. I only wish Seteth would follow your example.
Don't follow my example. I just kind of did that because I know that's something you want. Once it gets to a certain point, I won't remember what to do, or even actually, I don't even remember. I won't really know what to do. Alright, now that we're in the library, let's go over something real fast. Here, this is the lore or history of Foldland. Book 1 and then book 2, right? Yeah, book 2. 11 pages. 7 pages. About 18 on this one strip alone. It's a pretty interesting information, pretty much pertaining to how Foldland was, or how the Empire came to be. Then second was the Knights, and then lastly was the Alliance. This is basically talking about the regions within Foldland, and kind of how they came to be and what they're briefly about. Not the same as the rise of the Empire or how the nations came to be. These are about the countries within it, or at least the regions within it. It's still 3. This is just basically about the teaching of Saros, but there's only 1, 2, and apparently 5. There's 3 and 4 right in between here, but they don't have it yet. I'm guessing either yet or at all. And then over here you got the different types of... Oh, hey. Yeah, that's the quest. Over here we have the different types of... I was going to say monarchs, but they're not monarchs. Rulers, or rulings, or the ministers. Yeah, the ministers. Yeah, nobles, registers of nobles. Yeah. Pretty much the different types of houses of the such as Linhars, or Caspars, or even Hildas. Those go in depth about them in this section. I didn't actually read all these because there was a lot of them and it was late and I just didn't bother. Grabbing some cooking stuff. Nice. And we are good to go. All that's left now is to go downstairs. Oh, I didn't even talk to Linhart.
That's lovely. Swimming through a sea of countless books, tracking down that single sought-after volume. It's absolute bliss. How do the poor fools who spend their days sharpening swords and polishing armor find any joy in life?
Those are dangerous words you're treading on.
Huh? Your class? I can see the appeal, yes. However, I still have a lot of books I wish to read in this class. But talk to me again, okay?
It seems this person isn't interested in Violet's house yet. I need magic and reason, and I don't have either. Again, I will figure out how to work with the classes when I get there. Oh, hey, Nuts.
I'm so glad to be a student here, if only because I get to use this library. Reading books from all the regions of Fodlan, I feel almost like I'm visiting those places myself. I agree. They're brimming with the knowledge and experience of our ancestors.
Yeah, last time I chose the top one, I chose the bottom one this time. Haha. Again, I'm not sure where I'm gonna go after I hit a certain point of the game. I'm gonna be lost. I'm gonna be sheep in wool. Or sheep out in grass.
What?
Other than that, all that's left now is to go... Hold on. Okay, so the last place is just to start from there. Oh, we haven't unlocked it yet, so I can't even go there. Obviously. How stupid am I? Oh, door's not open yet. Hold on, let me give it some room. There we go. Hey, Pegasus.
Well...
Fernand!
Do you know of the Eyre family? We have long held the position of Prime Minister in the Empire. The Empire's power lies with 6 noble families, my family foremost among them. The full explanation may be time-consuming. I can give you a moment to get ready, if you would like to take notes.
I don't really have an issue with this. This is actually just more lore on the families that I said I wasn't going to go over. So Ferdinand giving the information isn't exactly a bad idea.
All right, I will list the 6 great noble families. There's Caspar's father, Count Burgles, the Minister of Military Affairs. Then there's Linhardt's father, Count Hevering, the Minister of Domestic Affairs. Bernadetta's father, Count Varley, is the Minister of Religious Affairs. Hubert's father, Marquis Vestra, is the Minister of the Imperial Household. Finally, we have Duke Gert, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, and my own father, Duke Eyre, the Prime Minister. One day, I will take his place as the Prime Minister of the Empire. I am more talented than anyone in my class, even Edelgard. I will lead the Empire to a bright, enlightened future. There is nothing I cannot achieve. There is nothing I... Oh, Professor. Here to recruit me, I presume? Well, the eldest son of House Eyre will not be so easily swayed.
Dex and Heavy. That's an odd bunch, but okay. And here is the cathedral. I don't usually like hanging out in the cathedral all that much. Music's not my taste. But it's honestly not a bad place, regardless. Yeah. I usually like to kind of do a quick run by. Again, things pop up here and there from time to time, and you just gotta run through real fast. It's open over here. I just didn't go down. Just didn't go downstairs.
Okay.
One upstairs. Nothing over here.
I have a favor to ask.
There we go. Checking over here. Over there, nothing down there. Nope, that's just back to start.
Professor.
Yeah.
There's something.
Leonard.
It is the duty of every Fodlan noble to demonstrate piety towards Seros. Have you also come to offer your prayers to the goddess, Professor? You don't sound terribly sure. Perhaps you are not of noble birth? After all, devotion is not as essential for a commoner.
Yeah, I didn't really have an honest opinion on that.
The cathedral is nice and quiet. It's so relaxing. Oh, Professor, did you come to pray to the goddess? Me too. Shall we pray together? Oh, you want me to join your class? I'm already having so much fun in my current class. Sorry to disappoint, but I'll have to decline.
Magic and bow. Why? You don't even use bow. Fair enough, though.
Inside the cathedral, there is a chapel dedicated to the 4 saints. Do you know of them? Saint Indek, Saint Macule, Saint Keyhole, and...
Saint Kathleen! Who is your favorite, Professor?
Now that you are a member of the Church, be sure to familiarize yourself with our teachings and traditions. Inside the cathedral, there is Saint Indek.
Saint Kathleen!
Now that you are a member of the Church, be sure to familiarize yourself with our teachings. I have something to ask of you.
Alright, and with that, we can go ahead and just kind of do what we need to do. With fast travel unlocked, we don't gotta do a lot of stuff. Also, there's arrows to pinpoint where you can kind of teleport to, which is actually really nice. We are going here.
You're a lifesaver.
Alright. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing in. Thank you for sharing in the culinary arts with me. I can tell you have exceptional taste and must truly enjoy making all manner of food as much as you do eating it. You are welcome to use the kitchen whenever you please. Nice. and it doesn't give us any rundowns on how that actually works. But that's okay. Thankfully, you don't have to actually automatically do it. You can just back out real fast. Other than that, oh, there's 2 students over there I didn't talk to. I can't run out there because I'm messing up real bad.
Hi.
Oh, here's an item. Oh wait, no, that's not an item. That's a quest. Let's see. Oh, here's an item actually. What's that?
Oh, Professor. Hello. I was just looking for my... Well, it's like a pale blue cloth. Have you seen it? Okay. I do find you very interesting, Professor. I'm just not sure if it's enough to change classes. Let me think about it a bit more.
Charming authority. Okay.
What is it? I'm not doing anything! Cake? Oh, come on. That's just cruel.
That is kind of cruel.
Hi. Sorry, I'm trying, but you're still kind of a stranger.
Strength and bow. Strength and bow. That's an odd concept for the 2.
Have we met? No. Sorry. You remind me of someone I know.
Alright, fair enough.
Please, Professor? Our next mission is to go after a group of bandits. I'm not very confident. I'm afraid I'll just hold everyone else back. I should probably stay behind for this one, or help plan the attack instead.
Up to you. Seeds. Planting seed. Oh, fudge. Oh, fudge. Okay. Mixed herb seeds. Nice. The amount of items that appear does appear to be random, actually. So just a heads up, if you do happen to catch the stream or you come in late on the late preview, things are randomized depending on the play. Nice. Plant. We are going to we are going to plant some. I'm saving these. Some mortar seeds. Cultivate. Yeah, we got some. We got some cash. And with that, we're actually pretty good on everything. Go ahead and do our daily fish. We only got 1, so we gotta use it wisely. No. No. There we go. Yeah! Another one for the bucket. Ooh, got a pike. And I think I got 2 of them too. Alright, that's it. We only got 1. Cough. And we teleport back, because that's what we gotta do. Oh wait, no, not just yet. We gotta talk to someone at the main office.
Professor.
Or not office, the hall.
Really?
Because apparently there is information that we need to gather.
I was thinking.
Oh, past them. Over here.
Frigid, Elmira, Dusker, even people from far-off lands gather here at the Academy. Word of advice, Professor. There are those who don't think kindly of such people.
Oh, that's that. Got information on Sin in details, and that's pretty much the end of it.
Let's see.
And also, this does round everything up too. There we go.
My savior, thank you.
Don't need to do it.
Well done. You have my thanks.
And first things first, we're going to go ahead and store these. We don't really need them right now. Alright, now with that opened up, we have two options. Let's see. Doesn't exactly say what the choir does, but it normally does help out. Yeah, gotta get used to that. Check the calendar real quick. It seems fish in the pond are growing rapidly. Could be a good chance to get some big catch. And a special menu. Okay, so there's nothing really special going on in the theater, but there is a special menu today. And I think that's what I'll mostly use it for.
Here's
If I'm correct. Yeah. Actually, a good use of time is actually really nice. So we are going over here.
Right.
Today special. Oh, it's just about everybody. Yeah, that'll work.
This is delicious! My absolute favorite!
That looks delicious. Goddess forgive me, I've just got to indulge.
Good start. And let's see. So I got Ignatz, Claude. Undo. I probably made a mistake, but oh well. Claude's fine, so it's definitely going to be Ignatz. And yeah.
This food is a revelation. I can't help but smile when I eat it.
Eating delicious food really takes my worries away.
There we go. Alright, and with that, this day is done. Kind of took about almost an hour to do this whole thing, but that's fine.
Don't tell me. No one bothered to show you the standard procedure for lectures? I guess it's up to me to save the day.
When you instruct your students, they gain experience, they gain skills. As their skill levels increase, they'll gain access to new abilities and combat arts. The number of people you can instruct is indicated by the activity points at the top of the screen. When you set up a group task, the students you assign will continue that task until you change it. After the first round of instructions each month, each student may come to you with a question. They will be motivated if they like your answer. And this is all the other stuff. So let's go over these real quick.
Before starting a lecture, be sure to first check on our study goals. After all, students will want to prioritize studying things that relate to their goals.
Alright, students, let's see here. Students study on their own and earn skill experience according to their goals. Results are reported at the end of each week, which pretty much means that once the week is done, whatever has been taught will pretty much accumulate up to that point. And they might either go up another grade level or they might not. It does depend on how close they are and what level they are at, like, learning it. But it gets a lot easier as you kind of go through it. You can alter student goals at any time using the goal system, which I have yet to do. Mainly because I haven't had a plan to choose which one yet. Just kind of keeping them first for the first battle, and now this is the actual battle coming up in I think next week. So I'll be pretty much using it to that point.
It's probably easier to get good results if you instruct students based on their interests and specialties. But that doesn't mean it's pointless to teach things that don't relate to someone's goals, not by a long shot. By overcoming their weaknesses, some students may develop an interest in new fields.
See here. The 3-star mark next to their skill indicates that they will unlock a bolding talent after a certain amount of instructing. Once you unlock a budding talent, that person will go on to excel in that particular skill. They may even learn a new ability or a combat art. It depends. I know Hubert had something for his. I'm not going to say what it was though, but it was really good. I think it still took about 5 durability though, so it is a combat art, but it was still good. Ooh, my neck.
A student's study goals may need to be updated based on their learnings and experiences. It's an important part of being taught to counsel students like that.
As a student improves from instructing and personal study, they may approach you with suggestions for new goals. Whether you accept the suggestion or not is completely up to you. Feel free to guide your students along the paths of your own choosing, which is pretty nice.
How well their tutoring goes will depend on a student's motivation. It's possible that interacting with students on a regular basis will raise their motivation. Maybe. Then again, what do I know? In any case, make sure to keep an eye on how motivated everyone is.
You can instruct students with high motivation more frequently. One way to increase motivation is to interact with students around the monastery, which mainly means going around and talking with them.
Students are encouraged to partake in various activities around the monastery. If you have students work together, it will give them a chance to interact and maybe even help them achieve better results.
You can assign, pretty much you can give them at least 2 students one of these 3. I don't know if these 3 can increase to another set of numbers, but as far as I know, there's only 3 right now. So it could increase, it also may not. You can also get gold and resources by completing these tasks. The results of the group tasks will depend on the student's strengths, weaknesses, and affinity for one another.
Have you heard about the monthly certification exams? If you want to become a certain class, you have to pass the certification exam for it. That means training up on the required skills so you can pass. Don't slack when it comes to teaching your students what they need to know to pass their certification exams.
When you pass it, you can pretty much change to that class or to the new class whenever you feel like it. Benefits of the high tier class include increased stats and growth rates. And that's pretty much it. Everything's pretty straightforward and simple from there, but don't worry about that too much. Other than that, group tasks. Well, first off, goals. This is where the hard part actually kind of sinks in, at least a portion of it. Ow, my hands. It doesn't say if he's good or bad at certain things, so you gotta look at their stuff individually. Clyde is good with bows, but he has a benefits towards axes, apparently. He also has a thing for flying, too. Which is interesting. I wasn't expecting that. So, what you can do, which I think is a good way to start, is look at the classes first and think about the, let's see here. Not that. Yeah, I guess you kind of go that way. Pretty much look at the classes and see what you want to go with. I do not recommend going this far ahead. Mainly because it's going to take a while to get there. So just think about the intermediate classes and go from there. For me, I want to say Claude would probably be better as a thief. Or not even better as a thief. I want to give him, I think, thief stuff. But I don't want to take that away from what he already knows. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Make Claude into a thief. So his goals will be bows and swords. He's got a thing for swords anyway, so he'll be fine. Lorenz, the fact that you have magic, did I give you that by chance? I don't know if I did or didn't, but you have it now. No, he just automatically had magic on him. You don't have a single bit of magic in your bone, though. But we'll see where this goes. Ooh, pardon me. Looking at it like this, you're pretty good in spears. Not so much in magic alone. Not that. You're already a D in writing. That's actually pretty good. We'll do that. We're going to do that. So we're going to go ahead and do spears and tomes. Yeah, that'll be fine. Wait. Hold on. What's your skill? Extra 2 damage on battalions. Well, you already got skills. So we're going to go ahead and go with that and that. It's not really taking too much away from what you already have, so that shouldn't do too much damage to you. At least I wouldn't say so. But we're going to leave the magic alone. Raphael, what are you good with? What are you bad with? Bows, faith. You're not bad with faith? I don't know. I wasn't expecting that. But okay. I think that's what we're gonna do then. I'm not gonna give him any faith though. I am gonna let him be proficient in axes. But I am gonna go ahead and give him some flying though. Just for something on the bonus side. Or just focus on axes. Lauren. Yeah. Oh, you have a thing. We need a mage, so you're probably a good character for this at this point. You ain't using a sword, but you got it. You got the ability to use it. You're bad at flying though, so I'm not gonna try and force you on that. But you're good at authority. So we're gonna keep you with that, but we're gonna give you authority, and I'm gonna teach you some magic. Up until you kind of get the hang of it. Or actually, your authority is really good. Your bow's already fine, so we're actually going to do reason and authority. You? Magic is pretty much your thing. You have a hidden talent in swords, though. That's gonna take a bit, though. Yeah. But you should be fine. Not that. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. You can keep the magic. I'm gonna go ahead and change your second option into a bow. Just so that you can have something to defend with, physically at least. So I don't think you actually scratch that. You don't have anything. You don't have any physical prowess. Forget what I said. But in order to use those, you have to use melee weapons. Ugh. It ain't looking too hot. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do then. There. And leave these two alone. You, on the other hand, you have a little bit of something for just other things. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and give you reason, and I'm also gonna give you axes, but I'm gonna train you on spears personally. Hilda, I don't know what to do with you. You have a thing for heavy armor, which is weird. I'm interested in seeing what it is, but I'm also not interested in trying to force you into that. But again, I'm still relatively interested in seeing what you do with that. Your magic's not bad, though. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you spears, but I'm also gonna give you reason as well. And then you're just a physical kid with no downsides either. You're actually pretty rounded out. You have no res though, so you're probably not a good choice for res. But then again, I don't think I have. I don't think I have any other character that has like is doing magic and has like. Do I have someone that's doing magic and has like a physical hit? I think that's really it. I could just literally mess you all just mess you in completely up, and I don't think that'd be a good choice. It's tempting. It's tempting. And I'm tempted. I'm willing to see how this goes. But I am going to focus on at least your spear work, so I'm not going to be focused too much on your magic. That's just something you have to build on your own. Alright. And with that, I'll go ahead and do my instructs. Skills and goals. Magic and authority. I already forgot what I was doing for you. Your spear is fine because it's at a D, but I do want to get your reason up. So we're going to work on magic.
I've come to understand a great deal.
Ooh.
This was hardly a challenge for me.
Go ahead.
It was only a trifle.
Wow, 2 perfects?
This was hardly a challenge for me.
What is happening?
This was hardly a challenge for me.
Alright, well, we're done. Hold on to that last bit. Let's see. Next up, we want to go ahead and work with... I'm going to work with you.
I'm getting it. I'm getting it. I've learned a lot.
Not bad. And lastly... Yeah, let's go ahead and... I'm going to go ahead and run you through with the spears. I mean, that sounds pretty bad on its own when I say it like that, but yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. Magic and Faith, you got that on your own. Ignatz, okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and go with real quick. You're not gonna use a spear, not yet at least. Yeah, Ignatz is gonna be the first one that was gonna be kind of going through this. Jeez, Ignatz!
I can't believe I got it right. No, I just got lucky.
Alright, next up. Oh, no.
I can't believe I got it right.
Okay, that's about right.
I can't believe I got it right.
Alright, we got our first star. That's good.
I can't believe I got it right.
Nice job. Alright, and with that, we're kind of done. Only thing left is the group task. Now, I don't think I even have anyone dedicated to writing yet. I know you can ride. I don't know if I have anyone else that is wanting to ride. Expected results. Those are pretty good. Yeah, let's do this. Yeah.
Question, Professor.
I don't care about being pretty or anything, but it bothers me that some people don't even realize I'm a girl. Well, if they're wrong, pay them no mind. It doesn't matter if people think you're pretty. Maybe you're overthinking it.
You really think so?
It was probably the first option. Ooh, that almost got me to D.
I'm to work with Leonie?
What's wrong? Can't stomach being paired up with a commoner?
Not at all, but I am concerned about what you will make me do.
We did well, didn't we? Lawrence did a great job.
It was just as I'd feared. Let us discuss it no further.
I'm actually intrigued that they have a conversation on this matter. Wow! I got 1,000 money! And some stones. That's really good!
My efforts have borne fruit.
Oh, you're a fire user.
It's fun when you know what you're doing.
I'm getting the hang of it.
Well, they haven't used that skill yet, so they won't be needing it anytime soon. Let's see here. Yeah, that should be fine. Raphael? Yeah, give him a birthday gift.
Thanks.
Alright, and this is where things kind of start taking foot. Or has started using footing. So, with that... You can keep your spear. I'll keep my axe. You keep the bow. You will be changing from that to another weapon shortly. Yeah, shortly. Actually, I think you're using a different weapon, aren't you? Not that, I meant goals. Yeah, you're using spears, so you're not going to be using axes. Alright, so we're going to have to hit the marketplace then. But there's not really much to do at this point. We just kind of go into the battle regardless. Auxiliary battles are now available. How often you can battle is limited by your activity points indicated at the top of the screen. On normal difficulty, some auxiliary battles will not cost any activity points, which is pretty nice. Now, if I was online, these would actually mean something. The purple is pretty much like enemies that die at that one area, and a lot of them do so. I think. Let me go ahead and read it. Let me read it real quick. If you head to the battle while playing online, you may see spirits of those who perished or other players' battlefields. They're more likely to appear in places where death is frequent. So that one spot, if there's a lot of death there, that's where it takes place. Spirits that appear in this shade, or purple, indicate an area where many enemy units have fallen in that one spot. You can collect items that were dropped by those who were vanquished. These spirits, or the yellow ones, are where your allies or other people's allies have died. And that's generally pretty good, because sometimes it boosts certain things like experience or stuff like that. I don't have online on right now, so I don't get that benefit. I don't have that benefit, so we can't do that. But let's go ahead into it. Saint Marcel Day, and eliminate the bandits.